it's my duty to actually bring this up. Sorry to contradict you, but the experience of the rainbow body, what you just explained, it's terribly similar to what I've heard a friend of mine talk about his psychedelic experience. So I'm bringing this up because I think it's an important point. There's this psychedelic substance called 5-MeO-DMT. I've never tried it, but my friend told me the experience that he's had and that many others have is this exiting your body, entering some complete brilliant white light, and then hearing this buzz, this vibration, and feeling it.
Okay, here's the thing. First off, you make it sound good like that, and you're gonna have young people out there and old people out there going to take you at your word and this guy's word, and they're going to try it. Some of those people that try that are not going to come back from that trip. They're going to have psychotic issues with having done that journey. That's not a safe journey, not the way to do it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that they're not finding something out there. I'm telling you that it's a spiritual lazy man's journey that's dangerous. And if you do it often enough, you're going to do some damage.
Yeah.
Okay? So, loving man thinks he's doing something good, but if he could get to that state meditating, I'll listen to him. But if he has to use chemically induced trips, that's what it is, and he has no control over that. So I don't want to glorify it in any way at all. And there's people going to watch this thing and think, oh, who's this old fuddy-duddy you brought in there? I'm telling you, because I'm making this and jumping on this, because I know for a fact as I'm watching myself on this screen in this video,
yeah,
somebody's going to watch this and somebody's going to go do it because we talked about it and it sounds okay. And I'm telling you, no, it's not okay. Don't do it. So I didn't want to entertain that. But yes, there's people through psychedelics that found these beautiful things and they continue to do it. And there's people who have done it with mushrooms and they've done it with akashka or wherever that plant is, and they've done it with marijuana. They've done it with all these other things. It doesn't make it the path of choice. It's a dangerous path.
Yeah. It's just
like guys create great music while they're doing drugs. Yeah, I was doing all these drugs. I wrote all these great songs. You know what? You're creative. You probably could have did it without them.
Yeah.
But the reason that I'm jumping on this so hard, because I really sense a great danger worldwide. And they use the psychedelics. And you got a lot of people out there, even meditators. Oh, it's a great shortcut. I could do this and I could do that. And you got some guys out there that have, you know, they went from LSD and they go to India and meet somebody and then they go back and now I'm enlightened and here's all this stuff. But, you know, I'm telling you, don't do it. It's limited. It will not take you to where you want to go. And if you can't reach this level through your own efforts, then you're missing the boat, and you're doing actual damage to your brain. Just saying that, and I'm heavy on it. And I mentioned that because I was working with this monk, and he stayed at my house for 3 months because he had a brother that was in a rest home about 10 miles from my house, and he visited him for several months. And the guy had been in a rest home. The guy is now about, I'd say he's 60 years old. And he's been in a rest home since he's been 19 years old. He was the top graduate in his high school. He was a Victorian, you know, wherever what's the top guy in the class, the valedictorian.
Yeah.
And he got a scholarship for Stanford, going to go to good school. And he took a vacation to Europe the summer before he was going to go to Stanford. And he took 4 LSD trips. Never came down. Made him psychotic. And so from 19 to age 60, whatever he is now, he hasn't done a darn thing with his life except sit around in a room and eats and somebody tells him what to do and does arts and crafts. All right?
Yeah.
4 trips.
Yeah.
4. All right? And there's other examples out there. Now, maybe nothing will ever happen. But I'm going to tell you right now that there's damage being done at the cellular level of the brain.
But why do you think there's damage being done? Because, for example, some of the more natural compounds like mushrooms have been shown to actually be healthy for the brain.
Well, I think there's damage done with LSD for sure. All the chemical ones. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to get down to science. I can only tell you what I know and what I experienced. And I've met too many people that have done all the plant-based ones, and I think nothing's happening to them. But I look at their lives. I mean, this is such a turn on. They got to do it again and again and again and again. Well, if they got the answer, why do they keep going back? They say they're not addicted, but they are.
But couldn't somebody say the same for meditation? Let's say, because people do get
meditation is an addiction, but it's health. It actually helps the brain, and that's scientific fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Scientific fact.
Yeah.
And actually, you're leaving your brain. You're resting your organs. But when you get guys out there that are telling the world on videos how great and wonderful psychedelics are, I got to go out there and say, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. There's another side of this, and everybody that you're responsible for, everybody that tries it and has a bad trip or gets hooked on it, they're karmically responsible. I'm responsible if somebody turns on to meditation. Great, I'll take the karma. But he's responsible for turning people on to drugs. And I'm sorry, but that's his. It's very judgmental on my part. I'm sorry, but I'm really strong when it comes to drugs and no drugs. Mm-hmm. So I know that stepped on your toes, and you probably enjoyed your interview with him. And he was a lovely man, and he had great things, and it's exciting for a young person to hear how wonderful that was. Because if you haven't had the experiences, you go, my God, I could have these experiences, and it only cost me a little bit. I can just get this drug and do it.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Do it the old-fashioned way. That's like going down. Yeah, I could go to the gym and work out, get a natural body, or I could inject steroids. Steroids work great. My body looks good. But eventually, you got a price to pay.
Yeah, but haven't hallucinatory plants always been part of, the great religions of the world?
All religions of the world, this is going to step on a lot of toes, are created. God has no religion.
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't just Christian. Buddha wasn't a Buddhist. None of these guys, Muhammad wasn't a Muslim. All these guys lived a life and they taught. Right? So I just want to be clear. I think I'm clear. I think I made my point.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
But I saw you light up when you started talking about this guy, because I'm picking up that you're going to try it. And Simon, I'm telling you right now, that's not what you want to do.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
don't do it. Don't do it.
Not about me. It's
no. About if you can broadcast people and people are going to watch your videos, it is about you as well. Because you gave me a question that sounded like, well, you can get there by using this. You've already put that idea out there.
No.
So karmically, you've already planted a seed. So be very careful on what you personally promote, because you are responsible at some level.
No. Of course, I agree. But also at the same time, the experiences that you had, not many, very, very few people have had, and then psychedelics makes available these sorts of experiences to people. And you said yourself that you had 2 weeks without, your sixth sense, and
absolutely.
So it's like,
here's the thing. I'll guarantee that these people doing these psychedelics do them often, and they have no plans on ever stopping. That's addiction. I'm sorry. And if they're not meditating, trying to find it that way, they're missing a gap. So they've gotten some kind of enlightenment. What are they doing with that? And if the only way you can get it is through this chemical-induced state, what good is that? I mean, you could have an enlightened moment from meditation, and you could still go out and chop the wood, gather the fire, gather the water, and you could do all kinds of things. You could still work and function in a spiritual state. You can't do that in a drug-induced state.
All right. So then, what is your personal recommendation for people who are looking to expand and grow spiritually?
Meditation and how you live your life. There's no shortcut, real, genuine shortcut to finding that divine spark within you. You have to work at it. See, what I'm preaching, nobody wants to hear. Oh, you got to work at it. You got to meditate. You got to spend hours fighting your mind. You got to do all. And this guy's coming along, just guessed your head, saying, "Yeah, drop some acid, you'll be okay. Take some mushrooms, you'll be okay."
Like that,
you have all the great things, right? That's easy. he's going to have an easier time selling that than I will ever sell mine. Trust me, more people will want to do that. And that's why the majority of the world is having problems. Everybody's looking for a shortcut. You know, the poor people, he just gets booze. He wants to feel better. He's depressed, so he drinks till he's happy, and then he drinks till he's dead drunk, right? And somebody else does marijuana. Yeah, man, I could give it up anytime I want. I've given it up 1,000 times, I had my friends tell me. But they're always in an altered state. Well, you know, you want to be in your peak state, not something you have no control over. So what can you do? Do the work. Or you could be like the guy who goes to the gym and shoots the steroids, and Arnold Schwarzenegger did eventually. And then he ended up having a heart attack and everything else and health issues now. So be real. Be real. You can get imitation food flavoring, or you can eat the real fruit. Mm. I'm telling you that the psychedelics is not the real. That's like corn syrup. It's not real sugar, right? It's not healthy for you. And you go online and you look at how many people have a bad trip on this stuff. I don't care if it's a real small number. There are people that have bad trips on it. And it does change personalities. Not always for the better. You're rolling the dice. You don't know what your personality is on that. And you don't know if you're on that, if you're going to do something stupid and physically dangerous either.
Yeah, but isn't this the case for every kind of adventurous activity? You go hiking in the mountain, but something terrible can happen, but you still do it because of what you learn in the experience itself.
When I go hiking in the mountains and I see a lion, mountain lion, or a bear in California, I take prudent precautions. I step aside and make noise, whatever. I don't go out hiking thinking there's a chance I'm going to fall off a cliff. So no, that's not a comparable thing. You get on the highway, you get behind a car, you got seatbelts, you got things. Your job is to get from point A to point B, not to get in an accident. When you're taking psychedelic drugs, you're flirting with that, what's going to happen. You're not saying, okay, here's my intentions. This is going to be a good thing. You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, but that's why people advocate approaching these things respectfully and taking the necessary precautions. So really respecting it as a sacrament.
Obviously, I'm dealing with somebody that's already been sold.
Yeah.
Just say so. You're sold on it. You're going to do it. This guy's doing it.
Oh, no. It's not about me. It's just about...
No. It is about you because you're going to broadcast this and people are going to watch it.
Yeah, but people need to hear this discussion because there are some people that are, for it and some people against it. That's why it's so important for the two viewpoints to meet, right?
Well, they're not going to meet because the people that are doing it think that I am so righteous and so wrong, right? There's no meeting point. I'm telling them, short term, maybe it works. Great. But you keep doing it. You're rolling the dice and you're increasing your odds. It's dangerous. It's lazy. When you can do the same thing organically through meditation. And it's safer and it's guaranteed. And you're not going to damage your brain or somebody else or the environment or whatever. So not a good thing. But if you got people out there right now that they would argue me to death that my attitude is wrong, and they'd be very fervent and almost religious in their argument. So I don't want to go down that road anymore. I think you know my point of view.
Yeah.
Am I going to stop you from doing it? I give you advice. For you personally, I don't see this as a good thing for you, and I'm telling you that.
Yeah. But it's not about me at all.
Well, it is, because I've detected that. No, it is about you. It's there. You're entertaining it. I'm sorry. It's there.
Everything I talk about is something that I consider very interesting and very important.
Okay.
Psychedelics included.
Okay. So just realize that's where it starts the seed. It's like going online and looking at pornography. Well, I'm just looking for pornography. They usually advance to something else. So I don't condemn anybody taking it. That's their freedom. I don't condemn anybody who drinks booze. That's their freedom. I get mad at them when they're driving a vehicle down the road and they're endangering my life, enhanced, impaired by any kind of drug at all. But I would never allow a friend or somebody I know to take it without me at least warning them. So I'm telling you, you're forewarned. At this stage, It's on you.